Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige has confirmed that more X-Men will be showing up in the MCU in the next few movies, and Psylocke could be one of them, especially since the character was subtly hinted at in Endgame. According to Deadline, Feige shared this during the Disney APAC content showcase in Singapore, teasing that fans will soon see some X-Men players you might recognize. However, he didn't reveal exactly which characters or movies we'll see them in. When talking about introducing the X-Men, Feige said, "I think you will see that continue in our next few movies with some X-Men players that you might recognize." Feige went on to say that after Secret Wars, we're heading into a new era for mutants and the X-Men, calling it a dream come true to finally have the X-Men back in the MCU. Looking ahead, Marvel's next few movies, which likely means the next three, are Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and the Fantastic Four: First Steps in July 2025. Could we see X-Men characters pop up in any or all of them? It seems more likely we'll get mutant appearances throughout Phase 6, which includes Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man 4 in 2026, followed by Avengers Secret Wars in 2027. A big question is whether Deadpool and Wolverine will return to the MCU after their successful movie this summer. And who knows, maybe Channing Tatum will reprise his role as Gambit too. Feige recently mentioned that the X-Men will play a significant role in the MCU's future after Secret Wars. He explained that when they were working on Avengers Endgame, it was all about reaching the grand finale and then starting from scratch. But this time, with Secret Wars on the horizon, Marvel already has a clear direction for the story, both leading up to and after the event. The X-Men are going to be a big part of that future. It looks like Phase 7 will be focused on the X-Men, but in the meantime, Storm will make her first appearance in the broader MCU in What If Season 3. In October, Marvel Studios added 3 untitled movie projects to its 2028 release schedule: February 18th, May 5th, and November 10th. It's looking more and more likely that one of these could be an X-Men movie. While it's probably unlikely that Psylocke would get her own solo movie, a series could be a great way for Marvel to dive deeper into her character, especially with the way her storyline has been hinted at so far. In Endgame, when Steve Rogers ends up in Peggy Carter's S.H.I.E.L.D. office in 1970, he overhears a conversation where she mentions a Braddock needing backup. While this could just be a nod for comic fans, I think it's more likely a hint from the Russo brothers about Brian Braddock possibly making his MCU debut. That's got me pretty excited because in the comics, Brian Braddock becomes Captain Britain. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Betsy Braddock, Brian's sister, also becomes Captain Britain in the comics, but she's also Psylocke. It's a bit of a twist, so let me break it down for you. Psylocke is actually 2 connected characters in Marvel Comics, both of whom have been part of the X-Men universe. The first to use the Psylocke name was Betsy Braddock, who originally appeared as a supporting character alongside her twin brother Brian. She adopted the code name when she joined the X-Men. However, for 29 years in the comics, Betsy's body was swapped with that of an assassin named Kwannon, leading to some complex character developments and storylines. Let me break down the long history for you in a few minutes. Betsy Braddock, created by Chris Claremont, first showed up in Captain Britain number 8 back in December 1976, with her cover debut in issue number 10. She was originally part of Marvel UK's lineup. Fast forward to New Mutants Annual number 2, where Claremont brought her into the X-Men universe. After being saved by the New Mutants and living at their training academy, Betsy joins the X-Men and adopts the codename Psylocke, becoming a key member of the team for the next 3 decades. In a 1989 storyline, an amnesiac Betsy gets kidnapped by the Hand, who brainwash and physically alter her to have an East Asian appearance. She becomes their top assassin under the name Lady Mandarin. Even after her memories return, she keeps her new look and gains new abilities, including a psychic knife that focuses her telepathic powers. A 1993 story by Fabian Nicienza later explains that this change was due to a body swap between Betsy and the assassin Kwannon. In 2001's Extreme X-Men number 2, Betsy dies, and her death lasts until 2005's Uncanny X-Men number 455. During the Hunt for Wolverine arc, a psychic vampire named Sapphire Styx absorbs Betsy's soul, leaving her body lifeless. However, Betsy is able to revive herself with the help of Wolverine's soul and Styx's remaining power. Later in the Dawn of X era, Betsy takes up her brother Brian's role as Captain Britain and leads a new version of Excalibur with characters like Apocalypse, Gambit, Rogue, Jubilee, and Richter, protecting the Kingdom of Avalon. Now, let's shift gears and dive into Kwannon's story. When Kwannon first appeared, she used the codename Revanche and came to the US to confront Betsy Braddock, believing she was the real Betsy due to amnesia caused by their body swap. She soon learns that she was once the Hand's top assassin, but suffered brain damage and fell into a coma after a battle with her lover, Matsuo Tsurayaba, a high-ranking member of the Hand. Tsurayaba, hoping to save Kwannon's life due to her low-level psychic abilities, sought help from the sorceress Spiral. Instead of simply healing Kwannon, Spiral transferred their minds into each other's bodies, swapping their identities rather than curing Kwannon's injuries. After coming to terms with the fact that she's not the original Betsy Braddock, Kwannon joins the X-Men, though she soon contracts the legacy virus. As the disease progresses, her psychic powers grow, helping her gain clarity on her memories. In a bid to control her fate, Kwannon decides to confront Tsurayaba, who agrees to kill her rather than let the disease take its course. After the Hunt for Wolverine storyline, when Betsy returns to her original body, Kwannon is also reborn in her own body. Taking on the codename Psylocke, she becomes a citizen of the mutant nation of Krakoa. Following the tragic murder of her daughter by a dangerous AI named Apoth, Psylocke assembles a new team of fallen angels with X-23 and Cable. She eventually confronts Apoth in cyberspace with the help of Mr. Sinister, defeating the AI and keeping her actions secret from Krakoa's Quiet Council. Later, Psylocke is assigned to monitor Mr. Sinister's Hellions, a team of mutants too violent or troubled for Krakoa's society. She also becomes a member of the Marauders team, focusing on mutant rescue missions. After Krakoa's fall, Kwannon will headline her own solo series, Psylocke Volume 2, written by Alyssa Wong and illustrated by Vincenzo Caratu. This series will spin out of X-Men Volume 7, where Psylocke is already part of the team. Now that we've wrapped up both stories of Betsy Braddock and Kwannon, I think this could be a really interesting narrative to explore, either as a series or through multiple movie appearances. When it comes to casting, I think Jamie Chung and Daisy Ridley are perfect picks for these roles. Some Redditors have suggested having two actresses play Psylocke to clearly distinguish between when she's Betsy Braddock and when she's Psylocke, which makes a lot of sense given the complexity of the characters' dual identities. Reddit user Frog Belikamu proposed Jamie Chung as Kwannon when she's in Betsy's body and Daisy Ridley as Betsy Kwannon in her original body. Though MCU characters like Moon Knight and Bucky Barnes have had multiple personalities played by the same actor, it feels like a case where two actors would work better, especially considering the physical changes in the character's appearance. Both Jamie Chung and Daisy Ridley have hero experience and would be great for the roles. Another Reddit user, Mr. Sunrider, also suggested casting two actors. They recommended Alicia Vikander as Betsy Braddock and Sonoya Mizuno as Kwannon. Vikander has already proven her heroic chops as Lara Croft in Tomb Raider, while Mizuno hasn't yet taken on a major hero role, making this potential MCU role a breakout opportunity for her. Well, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies. Thank you so much for watching our video today, and we'll see you next time.